So recently Creepshow Art posted this video titled The Lies of Emily Artful with evidence, and trust me, she definitely has evidence, but it's not the kind that you'd expect. Now if you've watched my other videos, you know that I always try to give a brief rundown just in case you're not caught up with the whole situation, so that way hopefully you don't have to go watch another video and then come back just so you can even understand what's going on. So just in case you're unaware of the people who are involved in this whole situation, Shannon is the owner of the Creepshow Art channel and Emily owns the Emily Artful channel. They're both artists, so they just record themselves making art and they just talk over that pretty much. They both have pretty large followings. The Emily Artful channel has over 500,000 subscribers and the Creepshow Art channel at one point used to have over 500,000 subscribers, but has seen a rapid decline since the whole controversy happened and is now sitting at around 300,000 subscribers. This whole controversy began when Emily made a video claiming that Shannon, aka Creepshow Art, and her husband Anthony were cyber stalking and harassing Emily. After that video was released, Shannon just disappeared from the internet, and the video in which we'll be discussing today is the first video that she's made since then. I would also like to mention that Anthony is actually one of Emily's ex-boyfriends who she claims sexually assaulted her. I don't know if that's actually a part of the allegation itself, but we're mainly going to focus on everything that's going on between Shannon and Emily. But I figured I would mention the fact that that was one of Emily's ex-boyfriends and who is now Shannon's current husband. I wanted to mention that just because this is kind of a way that they're also connected. Obviously, I could go into further detail, but that should be enough for you to understand what I'm going to be talking about in this video from this point forward. Also, if I make any mistakes, feel free to correct me down in the comment section. I've done the best I can to understand the situation, but a lot of the information is just all over the place. You're probably wondering, what is it that Shannon did in order for Emily to claim that she was being cyberstalked? And what's crazy is this 2-hour-long movie that Shannon created was nothing but her showing the most incriminating evidence that she was stalking Emily. Now, I also want to mention that before I get into some of the key points in the video, I've also heard that this has become a legal situation, but then Shannon has this to say at the beginning of the video, which also kind of confirms that this has become some kind of a bigger situation. I'm guessing it's become a legal battle.
If you are seeing this video, it means one of two things has happened. Either one, my lawyers negotiated with Emily's lawyers and we reached a private settlement which resulted in some form of retraction, or two, I took Emily to court for defamation and came out the other side. This video is being made for posterity to show I didn't do what I was accused of and to show that what Emily has accused me and my husband of not only never happened to her, but could not have happened. This video is being made to simply defend my and my husband's name and prove we did not do the things we were accused of. I am going to go through Emily's statements point by point with evidence to show how she has lied on screen.
As far as I'm aware, this has not been resolved. Tipster says in his reaction video that Emily even said in a live stream with him and Harley TBS that it had not been resolved.
And came out the other side. This video...
Okay, regarding the legal stuff, she says if you're seeing this video, either one of two things happened. Either they came to some kind of private settlement, but she's referring to herself and Emily Artful. Either they came to some kind of private settlement, right? Which we're hearing from Emily Artful that didn't happen. She's saying that publicly, she said in Harley TBS's live stream chat when he was reacting to this. She said that there has been communications between lawyers, but no agreement has been made. Apparently, like, there was requests to take down the videos, but the videos are still up. So no agreement whatsoever has been made up to this point. All right. As far as legal action and her coming out on the other side, that hasn't happened either. So I don't know why this video is being released, if it was intended to be released after these things, but the video was released either way.
Of course, I checked out the live stream for myself and I was not able to find the part of the live stream where Emily actually says this because she was using the stream chat and the live chat replay is currently not available. I'm guessing this is due to the fact that Harley's stream was taken down due to supposed child endangerment. There wasn't any child endangerment in the video, so it was actually put back up, but like I said, there was no live chat replay for me to find it. My thoughts on her making this video is that if the situation had not been resolved, then why post this video? I do not understand what she thought this would prove. What's really confusing is that most of the points that she brings up just seem so irrelevant to the situation. She then starts to talk about Emily's relationships. Why would we even need to know about her past relationships other than Anthony? That's the only, real connection there is. The allegation Emily made against Creepshow Art is that she was stalking her. All Shannon does throughout the video is prove that she is very likely stalking Emily. You'll notice that a lot of the clips that Shannon uses in the video have actually been deleted from the internet, and yet somehow she has them. She also decides that Emily doing what she refers to as cam work is somehow relevant to this whole situation, which I don't think I have to explain what she means by cam work, but what does that have to do with this situation at all? Emily also used to have this other YouTube channel where she would review anime. Emily ended up making a One Piece episode review where she was naked in a bathtub. Now mind you, this was back in the day when you could get away with a lot more on YouTube, but this video caused a bunch of guys to make YouTube videos in response to her making the One Piece review in a bathtub. Whether or not people did or did not like it, yet again, I do not see the relevance to the situation, and yet Shannon goes through the trouble to show a bunch of videos of these guys who were pretty much reacting to the video, and it's not even like it's really harassment, but that's her point. She's trying to say that there was other people who are harassing her, and it's not just Shannon. But them just reacting to it I don't really see that as harassment. It really wasn't that big of a deal. Shannon throughout the video tries to do two things. She either one, tries to point the blame on other people by being like, oh, look at these other people who are harassing Emily, it's not just me, or Emily claims that other people just harass her for no reason and it's all Emily. Oh, but it gets worse. She actually manages to dig up things that happened back whenever Emily was in middle school. She finds these deviant art posts that Emily had made back in 2005.
In her first DeviantArt profile under the name Gothic Kazooie, which is clearly her as seen in this picture, Emily talks about stalking her teacher in various posts, something she admits to doing in her video uploaded in 2016 titled My 7th Grade Flip Flu.
Fun fact, I had a huge crush on my teacher. It's just embarrassing and shameful, so you'll see him randomly in here.
In the video, she says that this was harmless, however, it was clearly not. She makes a fan character out of her teacher, who she named Gizmo, takes photos of him without knowing, which he then states he told her to delete, calls him sexy, states she loves him, draws him sexually.
She brings up these posts because they were of some fantasy that Emily had of one of her middle school teachers. I'm guessing she thought that this would prove that she is weird or some kind of awful person for this. She was just a middle schooler. How does this prove anything about what kind of person Emily is now? And honestly, her having a crush on a teacher when she was a middle schooler who's probably going through puberty isn't that unusual. Yet she expressed it in a rather strange way, but who really knew how to express their emotions when they were at that age? Most of this video is just Shannon bringing up the most petty and irrelevant stuff to try to make Emily look bad. I really think this video is very incriminating and was a dumb decision on Shannon's part. Ultimately, I didn't feel this video proved anything other than the fact that Shannon is a stalker. She seems to know an insane amount about Emily's life, including things that happened way back whenever Emily was in middle school. And she somehow has things that aren't even on the internet anymore. What else are we supposed to think from watching this video? This is so dumb. And listen, I know I didn't cover everything that was in the video, but don't put yourself through the whole video. It's not worth it. As I was doing research on this whole headache of a situation, I went and checked out Emily's Twitter, and I did see this post here. It says, "I'm still working on my official response video. I don't want it to be more than maybe 20 minutes max, and even then it's pushing it for me. I'm also done with all of this. Once it comes out, I'm done. I just want to move on and resume what I was doing before." So I guess we have that to look forward to. Until then, leave a comment, let me know what you think about all of this, and I will see you in the next one.